Devin Haney, all the way to the bank. Let's talk.
Push the weight and no flex. Flex the live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. Nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Well. I know the haters are going to be upset at this, and that's okay. You see, time reveals all truth, and it lies nothing but the long way to the truth. You see, I made a live stream some time ago, maybe about a month ago, and I jokingly said, but I really wasn't joking, I think that everybody on that list that Devin Haney put out, they're all in one group chat, and they're scheming and plotting on how to fight each other or dance around each other, generate buzz about fighting each other on the internet, and using Dev's name to promote whatever brand they think they have, and dance around Devin and never fight him. And they really thought that they would be hurting him by doing that. As a matter of fact, I just watched a little bit of Devin and Max Kellerman with Teofimo Lopez, another clown I can't stand. And Teofimo Lopez had the nerve to ask him, hey, man, when are you going to, what did he say? When are you going to unify? When are you going to, Teofimo Lopez, you don't reserve the right to ask anybody when they're going to do anything. When you were supposed to unify with Devin, and one of you was supposed to be really undisputed, minus the franchise status that they made accessible to you. But you messed up and lost it to Kambosos, and then Kambosos lost it to Devin. And then that's the last we saw of it. After it was invented for Lomachenko to avoid Devin. But we ain't got time to go into a history lesson about what happened. We were all here, and I will always be here to remind you, camera, video, history. Check me if I'm lying, and I'm not. How dare you talk about what Devin's going to do next when you could have fought Devin for the real undisputed at 135, and then, you lollygagged at 140, and then I asked you at the presser between you and Shakur, Shakur that smoked you, it wasn't even close. I asked you, if you remember, I said, was this your play the whole time to fight Shakur, possibly win, spin the block and meet Devin? And you said to me, well, it has motion now, right? And I said, well, I don't know, does it? He said, well, it has motion now. I said, well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking you. He said, well, I'm asking you. I said, no, well, I asked you, we went back and forth, remember? I gave you that rope and you hung yourself. Has motion now, right? So the winner of that fight was supposed to call out Devin Haney. Well, Teofimo Lopez got smoked. And I have reasonable cause to believe, because Turkey went to you first and said, you ain't never made $11 million in your career? I got 11 of those things for you. Fight Devin Haney. You said no. And Oscar De La Hoya, you know that guy? Oscar De La Hoya? He bigged you up. Who wants to fight Devin Haney? That's what he said. Salute to Teofimo Lopez for not fighting Devin Haney because he's so boring. But he sat right up there on boxing's version of Capitol Hill and said that Riyadh Season and Zuffa and Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White, they're trying to violate the Muhammad Ali Act and ruin boxing. That's what was said, but funny. Oscar, you owned Ring Magazine. Who'd you sell it to? Uh-oh. You sold it to Turkey Al-Sheikh, and now I got to look at this god-awful pound-for-pound list. Just because Turkey Al-Sheikh is funding it doesn't mean he's watching and overseeing everything. There's still things he doesn't know. But the people he put in charge, don't make the same mistake that the PBC did. You're letting in old hobos to sit on your couch and stink up the joint. Don't do that, Turkey. Talk to people that know better. You might want to talk to Bill, and I'm glad you did one thing, and this is what this video is about. Well, all these clowns that you see in the meme back there that I made, salute to me, because my memes tell stories. I tell you that all the time. Ain't that right, YouTube? My memes tell stories. And I made all those boys cry. Why? Because while they're in that group chat, figuring out how to use Devin's name and move around each other and generate buzz and just to get people talking and fussing over the internet, something strange happened. And I didn't see this coming until earlier today. Well, yesterday. Out of nowhere, the word on the curb is Devin Haney got $100 million deal. I don't know the specifics. $100 million to fight some fights. Now, here's the thing. It don't matter if it's a 5-fight deal, 3-fight deal. Doesn't matter. You know why? Because Devin already put out a list. He wanted to fight everybody anyway. So now, while you clowns were lollygagging, Boots want to sign with Eddie Hearn, don't know why he did that. And, I don't know what Teofimo Lopez is doing. Shakur's pump faking all over the place. I'll fight Devin at a catch weight, but weight don't matter. He's all confused. And Keyshawn calls out Devin after he beat Ortiz, and then says, "I'm gonna do what's the best financial decision for me." Then he wants to go to the UK and fight a UK fighter, and then come back. It's okay for him to make business decisions, but he hasn't done any of the work that Devin Haney has done. But y'all like him though; he could talk. Shakur hasn't done a portion of the work that Devin has done, but y'all like him; he could talk. Seems like everybody on Devin Haney's list y'all like because they can talk and they say everything but what? Fight. So now Richardson Hitches, the word on the curb is he took his ass over to Zuffa. So maybe he'll be first on that list. Make the best of it, Haiti kid. Make the best of it. Because the news came out yesterday that Devin got this $100 million. I don't know the specifics. I don't even look. I'm dealing with the news as it's true. But I want y'all to understand something. Before the $100 million was even a reality, if it's a reality, I'm talking like it is because this is the news I'm getting. Just know that Devin put that list out way before this. And I know how this goes. Y'all gonna start talking about, oh, well, belts. So you're gonna, what's going on? Don't Devin want belt? No. Because you guys have devalued the belts. Mauricio Sillyman devalued his own product with a franchise. I don't want to hear about the WBC strap ever again. I don't care for it. I don't care to hear it. What's going on right now with Devin is that he's being rewarded for his work. Turki Al-Sheikh sees what he wants to do. So what I believe he's done is paid him money to lure that list over there. You guys are such businessmen. Hey, Keyshawn, you're a businessman. Try to sign with Zuffa on a consultant basis. Go over there and say, 3-fight deal, man. One of them has to be Devin Haney. The other one can be Richardson Hitches, and find a filler. Who cares? You called out Devin anyway. Shakur, same thing. You're a businessman, right? I don't even want to talk about Tank. Right? Belts don't do anything but collect dust. That's what Floyd taught him to say. So go to Zuffa and get your head knocked off by Devin Haney. Y'all still think Tank wins? Fine. What am I going to say next? You think he wins? Let's see it. So I know a lot of people are going to be upset with this, and that's fine. F your feelings. All of that, y'all thought it was real funny. All these cats, I'm missing Gary Antoine. I didn't put him up there. But I'm telling you, all of these guys, Ryan Garcia, Keyshawn, Shakur, Boots, Tank, T.O., Richardson Hitchens, they're all in the same group chat talking. How could we lollygag around each other? Eventually, some of us going to have to fight, but let's just freeze out Devin. Well, it don't matter if that's the plan. Continue with your plan. Devin got $100 million. Now, I don't know what the stipulation is to that $100 million. He's going to fight for it. But now what I'm telling y'all is it's up to these clowns to get it popping. They're on the list. They're on the list. So now that Devin's money, from what I'm understanding, is guaranteed. All your favorite fighter has to do is step up. Don't talk to me about Zuffa. To talk down on Zuffa is to talk up the sanctioning bodies, and I told you clowns before. The only reason why some of you like the sanctioning bodies is when it's benefiting a fighter that you like. But we all know that boxing is trash when the sanctioning bodies are running rampant doing what they want to do. Never forget that Oscar De La Hoya literally stopped Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz might not fight until 2027, late 2027. Do you understand? Almost had it, right? You see what I mean? Be careful. Y'all don't think this quick. So now that Devin's money's guaranteed, because I know what y'all going to say. Oh, no, you're pocket watching. No, I'm not. This news came across my virtual desk. It came across the desk, and now I'm talking about it. So who on this list has $100 million? Keyshawn, Shakur, Boots, Tank, who just fumbled $40 million, who could have fought Devin for $30 million before Jake Paul was even offered, was even thought about. Richardson Hitchens, Teofimo, no. So now y'all not gonna want to talk about money, because that was a major sticking point for a guy like Tank Davis. Oh, well, he's the highest paid. He never was. Do your research. He never was. So now that Devin got $100 million, y'all not gonna want to talk about money no more. I told y'all I don't like talking about it, but now y'all definitely are not gonna want to talk about it, and that's cool. Is your favorite fighter gonna fight? I said this a while ago. You're angry because Devin Haney is everything that you wish your favorite fighter could be. And on that note, I'm going to be discussing this in greater detail. You can follow me on Rumble under the same name, Drew Titan LLC. I will no longer be doing live streams on YouTube. I will be doing short videos, premieres, and that's where you'll find me, because that's all YouTube deserves in reference to my talent. The live streams is going straight to Rumble. I play the music that I want, and I talk how I want. I'm not too profane, only with purpose when I'm driving a point. So with that being said, shout out to DHP.
Shining star for you to see what your life can truly be.